Oh jezus, de kwaliteit is verschrikkelijk.
We installed the thermal paste to the CPU, now all the salt control, which is simple enough, and well, I'm pretty sure you guys all know how to do that. Then it was just a matter of installing the heatsink and fan, as the hard disk drive and RAM didn't really need to be touched, as they were in their own compartments and looked as if they were working completely fine. A few of the screws were a little bit annoying and fiddly, but nothing that a bit of patience could handle. As for my thoughts on the internals for the laptop, they're actually quite nice. I've been a big fan of Acer laptops for a while now, as the ones I've had in the past, and their focus on accessibility, is a large selling point for me. I grabbed the closest
Beetje beeld official video nummers.
because it was time to test whether this thing would actually work. I saw an orange light on the front, which wasn't there before, so far things looked to be going well. And now came the moment of truth. Would this thing actually turn on? And yes, it did, but unfortunately, someone had locked the hard drive, so that was unusable. When Googling the issue, I found that some PCs can actually format these hard disk drives to reset them, so I connected this up to my PC to test what it actually do. But I wasn't lucky there. My PC just had no I/O access to it, and well, this is where the 20p part comes into it. I purchased from my local cake shop an X360 hard disk drive, which was only meant to be 20 gigabytes, but it was actually 60 gigabytes, so I guess I got lucky. They sell these rather cheap, but internally they have a little secret. With some crude destruction skills and a torque screwdriver, they have a 2.5-inch hard drive inside, which makes it perfect for a laptop. Low cost paired with decent performance make this my favourite method of getting a hard drive if I ever need to get one cheap. As for the other one, well, that piece of shit will serve a new life in the bin. As for our operating system, we've opted for Windows XP, which although old is exactly what this laptop is designed to run. It's lightweight and supports up to DirectX 9, which means a hell of a lot of games will actually work on it. Not to mention it has a good amount of software for it available, so we're going to install that. As for the installation method, we're installing it from a USB stick, as I've always found it to be the quickest way to install Windows. But unfortunately, this thing had a lot of missing drivers, and I mean a lot of missing ones. So up next, we have to scan around various sites on the internet we can actually get this thing up and running. Well, most of the drivers are relatively easy to find on the Acer website, as they seem to have a decent laptop legacy support system. But some drivers involve just tracking down model numbers of the old hardware was actually inside the laptop, and it took a long time. So without further ado, let's get on some basic tests. Up first with general web.
Dat lekker lichtje even aan, jongens.
browsing, which worked well. We were using the open
Ja, daar ben je. Ben weer. Ik zit die kutcamera wat helderder.
So far, this did work well. As for video playback on YouTube, anything up to 480p was feasible. I'd like to say that in some 720p videos they were very blissful, but some of the video was all causing to drop frames. And really, it's just that integrated graphics which is letting down the system performance here. But as for some real gaming tests, let's get on with some benchmarks. Up first, the Ultra Royal, trying the 102x768 resolution with medium settings enabled. We saw averages of 31 frames per second for the vast amount of gameplay, with close down to 20 frames.
Morrowband 1 downloaden, jongens.
These include the wave effects and distant details from the video. However, as stated beforehand, the gameplay did stay above 30 FPS for the majority of the time. Hello, all with medium settings and 480p resolution tend to be played with a player. The game will be on screen average retained play with 41 frames per second average, close down to 19 FPS. Also, there are a lot of players around, and we'd like to see high results in single player. However, when there is a lot of players, the small 65 megabytes around will be an issue.
Pixel City op de webcam, jongens. Ah, godverdomme, dat ding valt uit elkaar.
Next is half-life 2 with the DirectX 8.1 mode and the 480p resolution. It's a prime example of actually working with GPU, as the 64 megabytes of VRAM get filled up too quickly when we looked into the distance. The game ran with an average of 20 frames per second when closed at 8 FPS.
Oké, dit werkt wel zo.
And that's pretty much all the time in this game. You are looking to the distance a lot. Finally, as for the best experience we had, we had CS1.6, which gave us averages of 86 FPS for the majority of the time. We put down to 58 FPS when there was a lot of details going on. This is 720p resolution, which is actually quite nice. With high settings enabled, so virtually anything from 2001 or previous should be playable on this laptop. As for recording, well, this is something a bit difficult. Windows XP doesn't support OBS, so we have the DxTory, which is like the old closed source version. I suppose they're a little bit similar. Of course, you can tell thanks to the watermark that we can't use in DxTory, and when we use the encoder, we achieve a solid 40 FPS in the game, and this was while recording a 480p bit of footage, which turned out pretty average for a laptop at this age. Not pretty, but still not terrible.
Above heaven?
Spirit video. Once again, the IGPU hit showing around with an intensive program like this, it will constantly be writing to it, reducing the bandwidth the IGPU actually is available. So was it worth picking up and fixing? I'm going to say yes, because now I get to give this laptop to someone that really needs it. Sure, it can't handle today's games, but the simple 2D titles from those very early 2000 games, it works.
Ik wil dat je niet meer hebt, want jezus, wat is dat luid.
We all like cheap things, especially cheap laptops, and we all like it when I go to the boot fair. So what happens when we put them both together? Well, we get the £5 gaming laptop.
Free download. Oh.
Here we have the Dell Studio 1555, and well, it cost me
Uurlang downloaden.
Which, for those of you that don't know, usually involves quite a few people selling off other people's junk for quite cheap. And they usually just have rows of things just completely lined up. So using some clever talking and quick deal making, I picked up 2 of them for £5 and less each. And the best of these 2 was the Dell one, which is sporting a Core 2 Duo T4300 mobile processor clocked in at 2.1 GHz, as well as 4 GB of DDR2 RAM clocked in at 800 MHz. But this isn't what makes it impressive. This laptop, for all its flaws, has an ATI Mobility Radeon HD 4570, which isn't half bad for a £5 laptop, especially when considering how cheap this thing is and it has dedicated graphics. So the first thing you might have noticed about this laptop is it is dirty, and I mean very, very, very dirty. Like, this thing is horrible to even touch, but that's kind of to be expected when you buy something from the boot fair.
Oh, dit gaat lang
Let's
duren.
talk about what's actually inside it. Now, the Dell Studio 1555 was one of Dell's leading laptops during the Core 2 Duo era, and it offered multiple variants of this laptop, with the highest end one costing just around £1,800. However, this configuration was nearer the standard £800 mark, as we have 4 GB of RAM and a standard screen. This also means that the models above it are highly too, so like you can change the parts out yourself, which sounds pretty difficult for a laptop, but was actually something Dell pretty much helped you do. The parts are commonly available. There's plenty of room if you want to change the specs of this laptop in the following video. We do, however, have the HD 4570 on board, which is the same version that was given to many of the reviewers upon its actual release. Paired with the 7200 RPM hard drive and 4 GB of RAM, it was definitely a fast performer for general tasks upon its release. And the main issue appeared to be the screen, which people said you may as well spend the extra £70 to get the 1080p upgrade, as the step in quality was definitely worth it in their opinions. In fact, the main laptop was so good to reviewers that they only made advisory points about their favourite upgrades as disadvantages. Hell, the main downside was that the GPU could push out a tad more heat than the integrated graphics commonly found of the era, and paired with the laptop's wireless modules above the trackpad, it could make your fingers or knees a tad warm when in use. Something that hardly actually annoyed anybody, and I don't think anyone really commented on. And finally, you have the aesthetics of the device. And well, reviewers like how simple and great it looks. Unfortunately, you can't really see it on it, but you will now looking at it.
De camera wil niet blijven staan. Daar. Ja, studio.